Peace and Blackness, Grand Kush 9MGTV9. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. And thanks for falling through. Please like and subscribe. Brother on the screen. You're probably not familiar with this brother. Some of y'all are, right? The world is big, okay? There's many circles out here. This brother goes by the name, or his name is Terrance Dean. Okay, I think Terrance Dean mysteriously passed away in like 2014, something like that. Alright, but I think the reason why he mysteriously passed away is because he authored a book called Hiding in Hip Hop. It is a non-fiction book concerning the workings, the inner workings, the relationships, and how the music industry gets down behind the scenes. It's a tell-all book. It's an expose, okay? The only thing that he didn't put in the book, aside from the truth that he said that he wrote, is the rappers' names that he got down with, the super producers that he got down with, okay? He told on a lot of people, kind of like Superhead, right? Her expose book. We read that book, right? I'm sure many straight males have not read Terrance Dean's books, okay? And I believe if you read Hiding in Hip Hop, for those who feel like the music industry isn't run by the power of gay people, or some of your favorite celebrities or artists or rappers or what have you are not gay, he said they are, okay, and he put it in Hiding in Hip Hop. Alright. The reason why I have him up today is because I happened to cop his second book. Now, I didn't know the brother at the time. I got some books at the thrift shop. Alright. Just to keep it short. His book was one of them. I thought it was a book about the music industry, making money in the industry, the business of the industry, and I thought it would speak on, or was going to speak on, right, just the art of hip-hop. Comes to find out, the book is a gay book. It's a super gay book. And I have him up here to speak about it, right? But look what's going on today, okay? Especially with Diddy and all the stories that you've heard, you know, maybe from Jaguar, right, or doing your own research, right? Okay, this is the new religion. Worshiping celebrities is the new religion, okay? And we've been doing it since the 1950s, right? We've been upholding the secret society, okay? And the question is, if you know there are some foul things going on behind the scenes, why would you uphold it? If you're a child of the Most High, why would you deal with it? Why would you entertain it? Because some of us as blacks and some of us as humans are children of the devil, okay? And I'm not trying to make this a religious thing. It's just the way it is, right? There's positivity when it comes down to forces of nature, and there's negativity when it comes down to forces of nature. Now, in some cases, you need to know how to operate both, but in most cases, okay, what's going on behind the music industry is demonic. You've heard that before, right? It is demonic, okay? Diddy is demonic, but 50 Cent is demonic, okay? The reason why I'm showing this brother right here is because, one, he mysteriously died and no one said anything about it, and he probably has, Hiding in Hip Hop is probably one of the biggest exposés on the gay industry in hip hop, right? But two, okay, he explains, because when I got the book, right, I bought the book. I bought like 9 books the day I bought that book. I didn't read the book immediately, but I got into it like 3 or 4 months later after copping the book, purchasing the book. And when I seen that it was a super gay book, I stopped reading it. But there was a point I got to, maybe page 9 or 8 or something like that, where this guy is at the party, the super producer that's in the book. He'll explain it after I play it. And the big guy, he called the Black Clive Davis, right? Okay. The Black Clive Davis tells him, the producer in the book, to go from producer to super producer, you got to get down with the family, right? You got to get down with the family, okay? Now, you can go back and go try to do it yourself and all of that stuff, or you can get down with me and we can take you to the top, right? Okay. In the book, he chooses, after being propositioned sexually and things of that nature, the big guy put his cucumber in his mouth. Pause. Imagine that. This is somebody like Quincy Jones. You're a super producer. Quincy Jones comes out, pulls your pants down, and puts your cucumber in his mouth. Pause. That's the number one. That's the first initiation. So he accepts. But the head of the family, the Black Clive Davis, said that basically you can't do anything in the music industry without getting down with us. If you're big in hip hop, if you're big in Hollywood, artists, he said nobody can escape it. They think they can go around us, go over us, go under us, dig a hole. They think they're not going to meet up with everywhere you go. We are there and we can make and break you. We can make and break you. And when I seen that, I said, wow, okay? Because if you're a hip-hop head, of course you love the music. And in some cases, I mean, some of y'all are like a little bit more fanatic than the most. You dig into, your favorite rappers' lives, right? You follow them around. You go to all their concerts and you do all of that. You're a fanatic. Okay? But I bet you never sat down and thought, what are these MCs in the case of hip-hop doing to get to where they are? Okay. Who broke the oath? Who crossed the line? Okay, like Mike Epps said, you're gonna have to do something strange for a little bit of, do something strange for some change, a little bit of change. And so when I seen that, it kind of bumped my head a little bit. Because are some of my favorite MCs in these compromising positions because they want to be? Or they've allowed themselves to be compromised by dropping their continence, lowering their value and status, right? And the first party they went to, whenever they got initiated or exposed, they said, yeah, I'm willing to cross the line. I'm willing to go hold on to some glazed cucumbers and do what I got to do to get to the top. Pause. How many of your favorite rappers? See, some of y'all looking at these MCs and y'all saying they straight out the streets. They real. Nah. Not based on what this brother wrote. Not based on what this brother wrote. Now, this book dropped 2011. Mogul. I think his other book, the first book, was like 2008, 2009. Y'all remember the Down Low Thug? Okay. What your boy say, Kirk Burroughs in the documentary, that he had to do some strange things. But you notice they don't want to tell until the money gets low or they get kicked out. They're not around it. As long as you can be around it, you're willing to get down with it. How How many of y'all today think that these MCs, and I say name anybody, I'ma say they are leaning more towards homosexuality than being a real man. You can't be a real man and a homosexual at the same time. You can't. You can act like it, but you can't. Okay? Fame, what would you do for fame and fortune? Just look up these words right quick. Fame and fortune, etymology is very important. You got to understand what somebody is telling you. You got to understand, what you moving around for. You cannot never give up your value, your status, and your reputation as a god. You understand what I'm saying? Fame. As long as we talk about these people, they'll be famous. But you know what? I think they're broke. Anybody that's owning their own house, worked hard, went to school, hustled hard, you know what I'm saying, came up by any means necessary, other than doing some super illegal stuff. You know what I mean? And not to down people who got out there and really was in them streets hustling. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is if you made it yourself and you're to a point where you're comfortable, close to comfortable, better off than you was as a kid if you came from a hard background, you know what I'm saying? My background was a little hard, and I'm thankful for where I am right now. You got a car, 2 cars, a family, everything's working for you. You got money coming in, you can pay your bills, you got a little bit of money left over, or you can take care of your vices if you got them, whatever. I'm gonna say you well off. You more well off than some of these celebrities that we think got money. They're broke. You're well off. And you're also well off because if you did it without snitching, if you did it without compromising your integrity, your value, your status, your reputation, if you did it and somebody, you can say, hey man, I ain't got nothing on my jacket, nigga, I'm smutless. I'm smutless. I dare you go find some shit on my background if you can. You're not going to find shit. That's just how I move and how I operate. You understand what I'm saying? And so you're more well off. You think you're not, but you're more well off than some of these celebrities. Okay, you don't even know how these celebrities is living. Okay, but we out here being influenced. I'm not being influenced. I'm my own man. I'm an originator. I'm not being influenced by it. But you get out here and you're influenced and stimulated by them. You think that shit, what they're doing is real, right? And you don't know the real to real. Okay? You don't know the real to real. You're not seeing how they living. You're not seeing how they living. You don't even know how they living. And you would rather trade your real life to get over there and be in the face of some glazed cucumbers. Pause. Doing weird stuff that you wouldn't even normally do in your life. What is fame? And is fame good for you? As long as we talking about them, that's their fame. That's what they looking for. And a person like that will fall for anything. Okay? Drink blood, do rituals, do all kind of stuff. But when they come out in front of us, we think they us. They not. They children of the devil. They probably didn't start off like that, but once they got industrialized and in the industry, they became possessed by a demon. Okay? Fame. What is fame? Character attributed to someone. A character attributed to someone. So do you notice that famous people don't rock their real names? They not known by their real names because you're not dealing with that real person. Now later on they might get into movies and you might they might slap their real name on some shit. That has something to do with publishing. But for the most part, in the most of their careers, right? They are going by a character name, okay? And they're acting out that character. And this is how you disassociate from what you're going through. When you got cucumbers being rammed up in you, pause. You disassociate, because you don't say, hey, this not happening to the real me with my real name on it. This is happening to the character, right? And so it might be easier to accept, okay? You start getting into some of these mental programs, like the butterfly mind program, or when you see some of these females out here, these celebrity females rocking full body leopard skin pattern outfits and things of that nature. You know what I mean? You already know about the one eye, butterfly on the picture covering the eye and things of that nature. These are mind programs. Celebrity, renown, fame, reputation, right? To speak, to tell. As long as you continue to speak and tell, there'll be celebrities, okay? But I bet you didn't know that this word comes from the goddess Fama, right? Was a personification of rumor in Roman mythology. They have a religion too. Like I said, the new religion since the 1950s has been worshiping celebrities. The pastor is the TV. Okay, the pastors and the priests now are the cell phones. You got to think 20 years after 1930s, people were broke. Rich people were killing themselves, jumping out of skyscrapers because they would hate to live without that money and that fame and that fortune. Right? So as long as you keep speaking, we'll keep thinking that they rich. Let's look at fortune. Chance, you don't get into it. The Black Clive Davis said, you don't get into it trying to avoid us, homie. You got to come kick it. You got to come kick it. All right, it's secret society because they doing things that we think is real. Like they got wives and girlfriends. That's not, they was set up like that. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z, that's not a real marriage. What's your boy's name? Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz. Now dig this. When the internet first came out, I think when YouTube first started, I cannot find this video. I've been looking for this video, and it's been like 10, 12 years. I'm still trying to find some type of way to find this video. This brother was talking about in his video that he was an up-and-coming producer. He got selected. He was about to get signed. He went to one of these parties. That's what he was talking about. And I can't remember all that he talked about in the video, but what I do remember is he talked about Alicia Keys. He said Alicia Keys at that time I'm saying was, right? They get married. Lala. He said Alicia Keys was a scumbucket. She was doing the most back then. Now I don't know if that's true. All this is alleged, but I cannot find that video. Okay? And he was adamant. He said, this is the truth. I am not lying. Okay? Most of these celebrities, when they get put on, they coming out of the hood. They poor, right? They looking for money. They willing to do anything. They probably come from broken homes. Okay, that's not everybody, but the majority. I would say, man, if you come from a good home, you come from great means, you got status and value in yourself, you can't be an artist. They don't want you. Because you're going to second guess and question everything. They want the person that when we lay this out, these steaks and these burgers and this take you to the high-end restaurant. There's a couple of paparazzi out here. You know what I'm saying? You are already coming in smoking and drinking, right? And you might, hey, get that drink, and you might get a couple of lace blunts that you don't even know. But you smoking with, this is big guy, this is big girl, this is big guy, this is big girl. You around it, and some can't say no. Next thing you know, they got you on video, and they had you in that pink costume. They had you in that leather, them leather tights. They had mayonnaise glaze, Vaseline glaze all over you. Okay, y'all have already seen the videos. Y'all already Diddy, right? Fortune, chance, luck as a force, luck as a force in human affairs. There ain't no luck. Misfortune, good fortune, chance, fate. It's your fate to go back in that back room. It's five. It's five drizzled cucumbers back there. Pause. Go handle that, and then you can get to that appointment. You can get to that stage. You can get to that talk show. You can go on that podcast. Okay. They have handlers. These celebrities cannot move unless they handlers say that's good for you. I think that's good for you to do. You got to understand the Indo-European word. Your grandma probably told you. Somebody say something to you, a word that you don't understand, go look it up immediately. Okay. Go look it up immediately. Hold on, I want to go back because where is it? On wealth. I seen something. One's condition or standing in life, position as determined by wealth. Wealth, largest. None of these rappers, none of these niggas is wealthy, right? One who seeks to marry wealth, a fortune hunter. Let me go back because fame, and then we'll jump into the video, my people. Fame. I wanna live forever. Where did I see that at? Famed. To fame someone, foul, meant to slander, destroy their reputation, spread rumors abroad, right? Much talked about. That's all that these people want. They want to be talked about. So you willing to do anything, sell your soul, lie to us, lie to the people. Don't y'all want to know the truth? Okay. How many of these rappers are just not clean? Okay. What did I see? Like, I can't think of it now. Let me look up one last word and then we'll go into the video. Mogul. Mogul. They call Trump right now the Great Mogul. That's his code name. Mogul. Okay. A powerful person among Europeans for the Mongol Emperor of India. Okay. The Asiatic people. Now y'all calling yourself Indians. But anyway, they ain't got nothing to do with anything. So let's get back to it. Okay, let's listen to what he says about the hip hop industry, the industry that he was a part of. He slept with many. Okay, when he did Hiding in Hip Hop, it's about him and his relationship with rappers and super producers. So when you think about super producer, Also, mind you, let's look at his Wikipedia right quick so we'll know who he is, and then we'll go into the video, right? If you don't know about him, at least we can get some background information on him. Terrance Dean. Man, I hate when they be asking for money. We didn't tell you to put up no Wikipedia, right? You did that for yourself. He died. Oh, he died in 2022. Okay, a former MTV executive. He's best known for his 2000 memoir, "Hiding in Hip Hop." Reclaim Your Power. He also wrote "Reclaim Your Power," a 30-day guide to hope, healing, and inspiration for men of color. We don't care about that. Straight men don't have to care about this. These weak men, right? These weak men who fell for it easy. Man, I don't even want to look at his eyes, man. You almost like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be transforming your spirit and shit like that. But anyway, these weak men or whatever happened to them in elementary school where they grew up and they just hated women, didn't want to be with no women. You know, they in the fucking locker room with you when you playing football and you changing. They staring at you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They expect us to uphold the secret society, uphold they fucking weak ass feelings. Man, you gotta have some integrity, some value, man. Like I'll never call a transistor whatever the hell they want me to call them. No, that's not English. You understand what I'm saying? That's not English. Inspiration from men of color, straight from your gay best friend, is straight up truth about relationships, love, and having a fabulous life, visible life. They look, most niggas willing to go gay, act gay to get that money. Y'all niggas know in the black community, like they gonna give money to the gay people. Man, you better withhold out, stand on business, and let what's reserved from you from the Most High, let that trickle down on you. Even if it takes some time. Okay, if it takes some time, right? Mogul Dean was postdoctoral fellow in Black Studies at Tennessean University, educated. Okay, Dean was a contributing writer to several anthologies, including "Souls of My Brothers" and "Always Too Soon." He wrote for Vibe, who was running Vibe, and Essence, Double XL, Juicy Magazine, Huffington Post, The Advocate. Niggas don't read Huffington Post. If you do, you up there probably. You understand what I'm saying? And you do whatever you like. You're real liberal, real Roman. The Advocate. He wrote for the New York Sun and the Tennessean. Dean was featured in Newsweek, Miss Magazine, Time Magazine, New York Magazine, The Observer UK, Genre, Hip Hop Weekly. Y'all know about MediaTakeout.com. Dean also worked with television and film production companies such as B.E.T, Savoy Television, Paramount Pictures, Warner Brothers, and Sony Pictures. He worked with MTV Networks for several years, aiding in the production of live award shows and events. Dean received his Ph.D. in religion from Vanderbilt University. Who are the Vanderbilts? Okay. Where he studied the relationships between race, sexuality, sex, and gender in homiletics and liturgics, if I'm pronouncing that right. He also got his BA in communications from Fisk University. You dealing with some high cucumber lovers up there. Master of Theological Studies from Vanderbilt, MA in Religion from Vanderbilt, and Assistant Professor of Black Studies in Tennessean University. His research concerned topics including African American religion, the African American diaspora, Afrofuturism, and the works of James Baldwin. Death. According to officials at Tennessean University, where Dean was employed sometime in the summer of 2022, Dean was stricken with illness and briefly spent time in a hospital in Columbus, Ohio on August 11th, 2022. Columbus police performed a wellness check in which they found Dean dead in his home. An exact cause of death was not provided. Hiding in hip hop. Okay. And so this is the type of gay dude, right? That can put you on. Hey, I know such and such. I know such and such. I know such and such. But before we go do all that, let me take you out. Let me let you know what's going on. Okay? Yeah, I got friends. You can meet MC. You want to go hang out a little bit? You know how them gay niggas is. If you a strong male like myself, they try to approach you and try to convert you, nigga. Get gone. You know you want to go hang out a little bit? Nigga, fuck out of here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But obviously he got pulled. And for some of y'all weak. And a little bit of pull is all it takes for y'all to go glaze up them cucumbers. Pause. So what do you think? I think, like I said, it's a lot of MCs that's in the industry right now, and they super affiliated with the secret society, thinking that everything is cool because they on the down low still. The book was written 14 years, 2011. So let's listen to Terrance Dean, and I'm going to let it go right there. And so after this, I'm just cutting it off. Y'all hold it down. Grand Kush is back in effect. I will be uploading regularly. You know, the post won't be as long as this one. You know, I don't have the time and energy to be sitting and doing 4-hour, 1-hour posts and things of that nature. But it's all about the consciousness of our black people, and we got to remain gods and goddesses, man, and we got to stop being influenced by these weirdos. If you want to be weird, go be weird. Okay, don't expect us to stand behind you on that weird shit, especially when you can't even keep it real. You're not even a real homosexual. So I have respect for a real homosexual who say he gay or she's gay. Okay, I can respect that. But when you acting like you looking like DMX out here, you looking like Max B out here, you looking like Jim Jones out here, you looking like Cameron Mace out here, okay? And because we ain't heard it, you think it's not attached to you. You Rick Ross out here. You the Game out here. And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You think we supposed to stand behind that, man. You're not even real. Because if things are happening to you, right, and you think it's a secret. Well, he exposed it all. He exposed it all. I bet you if you read his book, I'll never read it. Okay? I'll never read it. I'll just take whatever the information and research behind it and all that he say about it. I'll take that as that's the truth. Okay, but I think what he wrote in Mogul as fiction, I think that's the truth. So I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, hip hop been a dirty game behind the scenes for out of the 20, 50 years, for at least the last 30 years. We got to look at Jaguar Wright. You know, these whistleblowers. You see what happened to Wendy Williams. Okay. When you kiss the when you bite the pen that feeds you, you didn't take care of it. You bit it, and you was punished for it. Pause. Let's listen to him. Terrance Dean, who mysteriously died.
Because I understand that, you know, books, the entertainment industry, we all know, is about sex, more sex, and lots of sex, which you would have read in high hip hop. But the entertainment industry revolves not around drugs,
Did you hear what he said? The entertainment industry, you see his accolades, revolves around drugs, murder, sex. Okay? When you go get these little bum ass niggas out of the hood and things of that nature, you clean them up. They gonna be so happy and thankful that you can put a leash on them. And y'all upholding them like they mean something to you. You can't talk about Beyonce. Beyonce spoke, man. Beyonce is a problem. Beyonce created the thug, the down low thug nigga. She like what's my lady name? Why I can't think of her name? With Michael Jackson, Diane. I can't think. I don't know why her name is passing her. She came out with "I'm Coming Out." I'm coming out. I want, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is for behind the scenes. Y'all out there on the streets like turned up, like yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not for you. It's behind the scenes too. Okay, y'all don't see these rappers that go rap for the rich white kids or these executives, and to us, you got on street clothes, but with them, you got on probably a fucking bikini and a halter top. You Lil Nas X out in this motherfucker. You see, they had Lil Nas X walking in the street. Where is this cat at? He's probably losing it somewhere. Who cares? He was like when he fell for it, right? He fell for it.
We have Movo, and it's a story of a young man. His name is Aaron B.E.T. Trimble. He's from Brooklyn, New York, and he really, really wants to be in the entertainment industry because he's an aspiring producer. And he gets the opportunity of a lifetime when he is invited to Larry Pop Singleton's home in New Jersey. And Pop in the book, I liken him to the Black Clive Davis of the music industry. So you can think about who may be likened to the Black Clive Davis music industry.
Hold on, because they came out with let's see if we can find that right. They came out with a documentary, right? Because he might have just said something right there. But I think um it make me think of this is him, Clarence Avant. This is who I think about. Okay, they said he was. I think this is him. Hold on. Yes, yeah. He got a documentary out. I think that this is who. When he said a Black Clyde Davis, this is who I'm thinking about. I'm not saying that he is. This is who I'm thinking about. Okay. Uh, I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. But go check his documentary though. Venture Records. Go check it. You can go check out his documentary. Stax Records. Okay. Whatever.
And while he's there, Big AT is made a proposition, which is I can make you and give you an empire, help you build this empire, and make you the biggest thing in New York, or you can go back to your humble beginnings in Brooklyn and keep struggling. And Big AT has a choice to make. And throughout the book, he already sexually, with his sexual identity. But because now he's a part of the family, which I call them in the group in the book, of men who will not allow him to come out. So they orchestrate his whole career, from getting a wife, getting a girlfriend that he has to get. He has to sign a record label. He has to sign an artist. He has to do all these things based on what these people who are shaped around him, helping to manipulate his career and making him powerful. Thus, he's still struggling because he's like, I really just want to tell this woman that I'm laying with and deceiving the truth. And they keep telling him, but you can't, because if you tell her the truth, then you jeopardize all of us. So that's what he.
If you tell the truth, then you jeopardize all of us. And that's when you have no value. They can get rid of you because you had no value in the first place. They gave you value. So they get you a wife. Okay, as a super producer, you got to go find some artists. Okay, you make it to the level of gatekeeper, right? And you got a handler that makes sure that anything questionable that may come out about you can get scrubbed. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, think. You got to think, man. You know, this is going on. Well, some of y'all wanted to go on, right? You know, aside from the music, like I said, whatever the hell you are, that's who you are. But when you like, that's not me, and you know you've been glazing cucumbers, you're a buster. Okay? There should be no respect for you at all. Your family shouldn't respect you. You should be ostracized for making us think one thing, and you're the complete opposite behind closed doors. You got on a bikini and halter top. Okay? You wear a purse. Ain't no man bag. Fuck that. A purse. Right? And so anybody up there, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? 2006, it's going to all come out. Diddy is locked up. That should let you know something. If Diddy can get locked up, who more powerful than fucking Diddy in the industry? Who they coming for next? Who's up there next? 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Who's next? And 50 Cent seemed like he willing to play the game. But hold on, you can't tell me this. Here goes some weird shit, right? Y'all seen it, and y'all like, oh, that's not too weird. When I seen it, I thought that was cute. I thought that was sexy. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all thought. Y'all was like, oh, he getting on. He's made it. That's not questionable. 50 Cent said in the documentary in his video when he was taking his photo shoot that he wanted to be Soulja Boy. That's what he said. It's right there. This one right here. My finger, you can't see my finger where I'm pointing at? Yeah. But bottom last to the right. This right here. This is questionable. If I could think of her name. That right there. If that's actually Jay-Z, I don't know if that's actually Jay-Z right here in this third picture from the right on the top with his hair connected to hair, like he's an avatar. That's weird. Okay? The picture down here on the bottom, that's weird. Okay? Like, come out of yourself, Jay-Z. You let it all go. Die, Jay-Z. Kill Jay-Z. Okay? That's weird. The people behind Jay-Z are weirdos. What'd you do this for? Why do we care? Why you did this? We don't care. I didn't care. Okay. She be playing with double horns. She be putting red paint on the wall like it's blood. All kind of little weirdo stuff. Look, they done morphed you into the female, bruh. Hold on, can we see that? Hold on, give me a minute. Let's come out of this. Right there. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Okay. Spirit cooking, things of that nature. This information, we're not talking about it no more. We was talking about it back in the day. Okay? Y'all waiting for Beyonce to drop another album, another ritual album, so y'all can be programmed again. Y'all waiting. But with that being said, this is Grand Kush. 9MG TV. 9 is back on it. Okay? Until next time, y'all stay great. Hold it down. And look out for the next upload. Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. Peace.